Good evening. I call the West Mead Township Board of Supervisors public meeting to order for March 2021. Roll call.
Jordan?
Here.
Charles?
Here.
Hobart?
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All supervisors' public meetings are subject to public and/or private audio and video recording. Is there any public comment on agenda items? Please note that public comment will also be received during each agenda item and at the end of the meeting. I entertain a motion to approve the February 9th, 2021 study session and regular meeting minutes as presented in our packets.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Hobart?
Yes. I'll entertain a motion to accept the treasurer's report for February 2021 and approve payment of bills in the amount of $201,471.25, subject to audit.
Make that motion. Second.
Any discussion? I saw that included the JCB backhoe.
Yes.
That was a big chunk of that,
Yeah,
Yes.
201.
111,000 of it. Any other discussion?
No.
Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Hobart?
Yes. Okay, we'll move on to the municipal reports for the month. Police Chief Chip Brown.
For the month of February, we received 57 complaints. 56 of those were cleared. There was a total of 6.5 hours spent in the school zone and 26 hours of special detail. There was 131.5 hours of traffic watch and patrol time in the township, 91 hours spent in the office, 4 hours spent on arrest and processing, 48 hours spent on investigative time. 15 hours was spent in court with 21 hours of miscellaneous time. There was 11 traffic stops with 4 citations being issued, 1 for speeding, 1 for driving under suspension, 1 for inspection violation, and 1 for unregistered vehicle. There were 7 warnings issued, 1 for speeding, 4 for faulty equipment, 1 for expired registration, 1 for expired driver's license. There were a total of 43 investigations with 4 reportable accidents and 2 non-reportable accidents. There were 3 animal complaints. We assisted the zoning officer once. We assisted other police departments 4 times. We were assisted by other police departments 3 times. We assisted fire and EMS twice. We answered 3 alarms. We assisted citizens once. We assisted the general motorist twice. We assisted disabled vehicles twice. We received 2 calls of general information. There was 1 911 hang-up call check, and there were 5 fingerprint requests done. We investigated 1 death of natural causes. There was 1 complaint of civil complaint, 2 sexual assault, 1 corruption of minors, 3 DUIs, 5 drug investigations, 2 controlled substance, 2 marijuana, 1 drug paraphernalia, 4 arrests on outstanding warrants. There were 3 fraud investigations, 4 theft investigations, 2 PICS gun investigations, 2 domestic disturbance calls, 1 trespassing, 1 harassment, 1 call of suspicious vehicle, 1 call of suspicious persons. There were 6 felony charges filed and 9 misdemeanor for the month. The felony were criminal trespass, 2 counts of statutory sexual assault, involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, aggravated indecent assault, and unlawful contact with a minor. The misdemeanor charges, there were 3 for indecent assault. There were 3 DUI charges filed, 1 corruption of a minor, one drug not to be distributed by an unauthorized person, and one possession of drug paraphernalia. Total miles of the vehicles for the month was 1,521 miles.
Okay, any questions or comments for Chief Brown? Thank you, Chip. John with the road report.
From February 9th through today, March 9th, we had actually 12 days of winter maintenance, which put us out plowing or putting salt in a skid and applying it to the roads, thawing agents. We also had to take some time last month to haul some snow away from the dead ends and the cul-de-sacs in the township. They just got so much that there's nowhere to push it. And all you're doing is shoving it back into ditches and, under the right of way and creating more cleanup. So we actually hauled some of that snow away. And we had some miscellaneous repairs to the plow equipment, which was cutting edges and some miscellaneous equipment repairs and service to the equipment, to the trucks. We also finished a rebuild on our open trailer. We had it sandblasted, repainted, rewired, new lights, and also included some welding repairs on that trailer. And all the years that we've had it, that's the first time that we've had to tear into it and rebuild it and, make some repairs on that trailer. We also started cutting trees and brush on DeVore Road and getting ready for the 2021 paving projects for DeVore Road and possibly Springs Road. We also started to clean up in the township in regards to plow damage. I know we've had a number of complaints. Jill's taken complaints and got them to me. I hope we're not jumping the gun too early, but we're trying to make good use of our time, and things are starting to thaw out a little bit, so we're trying to get the plow damage cleaned up and get that behind us. And then as of today, we started another round of cold patch on the roads and repairing the potholes. And that was it for the month.
Okay, the trailer that you put some maintenance into, that's not the one that we just replaced here
No,
for
this
the
is
last couple of years.
This is the one that we use for hauling pipe, and we use it for hauling the lawnmowers to and from the parks, and
Okay, so it's a smaller trailer.
oh yeah, it's a lawn type tandem axle trailer.
Gotcha. Okay, any other questions or comments for John? Okay, Jill with the zoning report.
For the month of February, we had one building permit for a storage shed for $4,000, and we have two variance hearings scheduled for next week. One's for the West Mead No. 1 Volunteer Fire Department, and another one is for Class B's up in Autumn Hills for a setback variance. Both of those are.
Crimson, okay. Crimson Drive.
Russet.
Russet, okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jill. Move on to the first order of regular business. Entertain a motion to reappoint Aaron Hunsinger for a 4-year term ending April 2025 on the West Mead Township Planning Commission.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Any discussion on the motion?
He's served us quite a few years already, so, I mean,
Yeah, he was appointed to finish out somebody else's term, so he's only served for a few years,
Yeah.
but he's willing to, he got his feet wet, so he's willing to stay on.
Sounds good. Any other discussion? Roll call?
Jordan?
yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Bovar?
Yes. Item number 2 on the agenda is to review the quotes for cleanup day. Jill, you want to go ahead and review the quotes?
We had actually received 4 different quotes. Tri-County, I'll just read the lowest ones for, basically Tri-County for trash goods. Their 30-yard containers are $268 each, and then they will charge $50 a ton for any trash that has to be disposed of. Lincoln Recycling, one for the metals, the metal white goods. Their 30-yard dumpsters are $175 each. Then they will pay us $150 per each gross ton for the metals they haul away. We are not allowed to have propane tanks. They have a list of some things we're not allowed to have, but they've added propane tanks this year, and there will be a surcharge if any of them are found. For the Freon items, the Lincoln Recycling also at $175 per container, and then they have a $5 per item disposal fee. So that's kind of the winning bidders, but we thank, there was four different entities that had provided quotes, so Waste Management and Viva Ready Mix were the other two. So we thank everybody for providing us with quotes. They've all done work for us in the past.
So the recommendation is to just advise people to, because we used to get a ton of propane tanks, but to get it out as quickly as we can and let people know that we can no longer take them. And that's not West Mead saying that, that's the, that's Tri-County saying that, or no, it's Lincoln Recycling saying that we can't take propane tanks, so.
Now, they're saying they don't want them in the dumpsters, you know,
Right.
and they're pretty specific, you know. There will be a $300 pound deduction from our gross tonnage amount
Yeah.
for propane tanks if they're found in any of the loads. So what we get paid in gross ton could be $300 less, you know,
Right.
for the total for each dumpster. So we certainly don't want any in there, but we could kind of look and see what people, I don't know what else people could do. Can they
Well,
take them?
If you're telling us that ECS&R or whoever else, I don't know.
I mean, we could provide some of that information to help people if people have propane tanks.
But we need to get it out that we are not going to take them. We can't handle them because we have no place to dispose of them, you know, so we don't want them, we don't want to take them. So,
Okay, at this time, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion to award the contracts to Lincoln Recycling for metals and to Tri-County Industries for the trash items.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any more discussion on the motion?
No.
Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bover?
Yes. Cleanup Day will be held at the Crawford County Fairgrounds on Saturday, May 15th, 2021. That is a change from last meeting, I believe.
Yes.
We thought we were going to do it on May 22nd, but there's a conflict with that date, so we moved it up a week to Saturday, May 15th, from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Donnie, maybe you add that they need to understand that we have to give these guys a lunch break. We'll try to do that lunch break between 11:30 and noon, something like that, okay? I know Jill normally comes sweeping in with something, but I know a lot of people don't understand that we do need to shut it down for at least a half an hour. So, just getting that out there.
Okay, as we've already discussed tonight, we will not be accepting propane tanks this year, so if you're bringing up a grill to throw away, please take the propane tank off of it before you bring it up. If we see any propane tanks, we're going to have to put them back in your vehicle. We can't put them in the dumpsters. Also, we do not take loose shingles or uncontained small items. We do accept batteries. Computers, televisions, and electronic items are not accepted. The Lincoln Recycling and ECS&R do accept them at a cost. Acceptable items at this year's cleanup day will be appliances, furniture, mattresses, toys, bicycles, swings, tools, mowers, equipment, metal items, vehicle parts, already mentioned batteries, no tires, we do not take tires, building materials from individuals, boxed shingles, lumber, drywall, windows, water tanks, etc. paint cans if the paint is dry and the lids are removed. These items are not acceptable. Normal weekly trash and wet garbage, bricks, rocks, concrete, old junk vehicles, tires, chemicals, hazardous waste, liquids, propane tanks, commercial, industrial, or contractor waste, loose shingles, or unboxed small items. And just once again, electronic items are not accepted, but you can take those to Lincoln Recycling or the ECS NAR at any time for a fee. Any more comments, questions regarding cleanup day?
Jill has this on our website. People can visit that and, be reminded clear to the day we have the cleanup of what we do and what we don't do.
We have handouts here, even if you stop in, Mary can give you a paper, or some people, aren't electronically savvy, so we have them up here for people.
Okay, the last item of ordinary business on our agenda this evening, I'll entertain a motion to authorize the secretary, roadmaster, and the solicitor to investigate and prepare bid documents for the purchase and installation of a generator for the West Mead Township building that must be in compliance with any necessary requirements under the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program regulations.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Discussion on the motion.
This is just something that we've been postponing for years. And being that this building is, it's an emergency shelter. If we ever were down on power and we had to house people here, we need to be prepared. We haven't been, we're temporarily prepared, but not fully prepared. We need to be self-sufficient, I believe. And that's my only, it's the only thing I have to say about that.
I know that Jill has been working on the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant application for a long time, many years, and it's finally coming to
8+.
fruition. It's about a $42,000 generator, or the grant's that amount. And we have to pay 20%.
We have to pay a portion of it, so ours is about 10%, but the overall is about $43,000. So hopefully we can put some bid specs together that we can get what we need for, reasonable cost. I hate the fact that everything's going up in price, but...
Well, and the other thing that I will say is we've never had it bad enough to where we've had to bring people here to stay. Hopefully we never do, but have we had situations in the past where we've come in here and the power's been down? We have. And I tell you what, it takes about everything we have to lift those doors out there, and they're not safe to do because you have to pull the release and push the door up manually, and it takes about 4 guys to pick those doors up, and they are heavy. And then when they come down, you want to be just as cautious because they come down with nothing but dead force. So, you're just looking for trouble. So,
Well, with everything being electronic, the police, we all depend on the computer.
Same scenario.
Everything we kind of do is tied into electric, so.
Yeah, this is a natural gas generator.
That's what,
yes.
we're still in the formative stages. We've got to kind of put the specs together, but
Natural gas makes the most sense because we have it here into the building. Probably one of the biggest things that we need to decide is, and I think it should be on the back side of the building, don't you? Or, that's
I would go
Close to
wherever.
wherever the electric comes in.
that's on the back side of the building.
and that's where we put it in the application. So we kind of have to work with the application also, where we
And
have things.
do we have to prep a pad? Is that on us or is that on the generator? We do it. Okay.
Right, because when we first applied,
That'd be
remember
the 20%.
when we talked years ago,
Right.
that was what, because we have match, so we were going
Right.
to do some of, as much of the prep work as we can ourselves to make it, more
Right.
feasible, more cost effective, spend the money in the generator and the electrician and, to get everything hooked up.
Right.
The gas line, I'm hoping, I don't know, we'll see with the gas line connection, because sometimes, I don't know what size it is coming in here right this moment.
I think
so-
that's a half-inch line.
Well, it'll take a 2-inch gas line. to run
See,
it.
that's what,
Or it may be that.
That's what that's.
Because this one furnace out here takes a big line.
You know, I mean, you just want to be careful on these generators. I mean, we have one up in West Mead too, and it don't have any mufflers on it.
Oh, really?
And one guy said, "You guys holding stock car races over there?" And I said, "Because it fires every Tuesday morning."
Is that diesel?
No, it's gasoline.
Oh, that's
It's got a
good.
460 Ford motor.
Oh, really? Wow.
And it's got to run every Tuesday morning. It starts at 10 o'clock and it runs through several sequences of testing itself. Every week it does that by itself, you know. And you want to make sure that you get, when we get it, we get an automatic transfer switch. So when the power goes down, you're not up here fumbling around in the dark throwing a transfer switch. It automatically, it's like a 3-second or 5-second delay, and the power's on here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
460 Ford motor, that would be music to some of these ears.
Oh, I think, John, yes, it's got dual exhaust coming through the wood, John.
Ooh, that will.
Yeah,
You're right in line.
So 7 a.m.
that thing fires every Tuesday morning.
Yeah. Get Dan Leach out of bed.
Okay, any other discussion? Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Sardo?
Yes.
Bohart?
Yes. Okay, is there any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move on to supervisor's final comment. Mike?
Well, I've noticed we've had some nice weather here the last few days. And don't put your guards down yet. I don't think winter's over with yet. And some of these mornings, it's pretty bitter cold. I see some areas are freezing up and the roads get slippery in spots. Just be careful. And then also, if people need to slow down a little bit, there's a lot of ants getting out on the streets, the dust. My gosh, the dust. So just slow down a little bit. We're going to get some rain and get this stuff washed off, but the motorcycles are out already. And they're doing their thing. And I think, my gosh, guys, be careful out there.
Yeah.
Just use extreme caution. I mean, this nice weather, spring's coming, but I'm telling you, be cautious because some winter could bite you.
Okay, John?
Actually, I don't have much, Donnie, other than hopefully our cleanup day is a success, like it was last year. And I just echo the same things Mike said.
I can't wait for cleanup day.
You just got to be careful with the amount of anti-skid that's out there, the intersections and whatnot. And we'll clean it up as soon as we can, but we need a little moisture to do
Yeah.
that.
Don't want to take it quite yet. I don't think winter's quite
Not
over
yet.
with yet. I think we've got our St. Patty's Day storm, maybe. And
Oh, yeah.
this sure was a nice teaser today, though.
Okay, I have no comments, so I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Want to stick around longer?
Ken?
Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Sardo?
Yes.
Bohart?
Yes, meeting adjourned. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Yeah.